Hello, Riptide fans, and thank you for tuning in to today's pregame Riptide Report. I'm Mollie Smith, here with assistant coach Mitch Levere before today's game against the Conejo Oaks. All right, Coach, you guys traveled to Santa Barbara yesterday for our last scheduled game against the Foresters. Can you just give us a quick recap for those who may have missed it?
Yeah, it was a good competitive game on both sides. Just a couple of defensive errors on throws, on a pick, led into a guy getting a couple bases and then scoring a couple runs that way, off our errors defensively. So just need to clean up defense.
And last time we took on the Oaks, we fell short 5-1. So what are some things that you want the team to really focus on today to, like you said, to avoid those defensive blunders?
Yeah, just play clean baseball, throw the ball, hit the ball, and play catch.
All right, well, thank you so much, and good luck today. That's all we have for you for today's pregame Riptide Report. Don't forget to tune back in at 4:30. Good afternoon, Riptide fans. I'm Mollie Smith, and thanks for joining us for another pregame Riptide Report. Joining me today is assistant coach Mitch Levere, talking to us before today's game against the Conejo Oaks. So you guys traveled there yesterday. You played them for 9 innings. It was all tied up after 9, and the game unfortunately got cut short because a lack of lights at the field. But now that you've gotten to play them once, what's your impression of the Oaks?
They came out swinging it yesterday against us, which is good to see from other teams, and it's going to be competitive out there, swinging the bats, and it's going to come down to pitching.
So what are some things that the Riptide did yesterday that you were happy with, and in turn, what are some things that you think they could improve on today and kind of sharpen up?
Just trying to have better at bats with 2 strikes. Been striking out a little bit too much, I would say. So just trying to get to the guys to have better at bats with 2 strikes and put the ball in play.
And we got some new guys that are going to be on our roster, Ryan and Mason. Can you tell us what you know about them and are they going to be in the lineup today or in the rotation today?
I'm not sure yet about if they're in the lineup. Mason Hibblers from University of Texas was good to see him play throughout the playoffs. Got to see him a lot on TV.
All right. Remember, tune back in at 4:30 for the first pitch as our very own Jonathan Ortiz will be broadcasting for all of you at home. See you in a bit. Good afternoon, Riptide fans. I'm Mollie Smith, and the man to my left is head coach Jason Smith, catching up with us before today's game against OC Riptide and SoCal Catch. All right, Coach, so last time we talked, the team was supposed to have a full road schedule, but I heard there was some drama with the bus. Can you kind of catch us up and tell us what happened?
Yeah, unfortunately, as we were waiting for the bus to go up to up north, the bus was involved in an accident, and it was kind of a serious accident, and it was just one of those unfortunate things that happened.
You guys are playing the Catch again today. Played them yesterday. Unfortunately, ended 8-6, not in our favor. But how do you kind of shake off all of the bad energy from what happened with the bus and from the outcome yesterday? How do you shake that all off and get the guys back on track and playing confidently?
It's just a matter of playing games, getting back into the rhythm of things, getting our timing back. Unfortunately, with the cancellation of our trip, that cost us a couple games that would kind of keep us in the flow of things.
I heard there's going to be some new guys being added to the roster, some of which are coming in from Omaha, now have some College World Series experience. What does that mean to have them in our dugout?
I think it's a huge thing for us.
All right, and if it's okay with you, I'm going to fast forward a little bit since I won't get a chance to talk to you before tomorrow's game, but you guys are going to be on the road again, playing the Conejo Oaks for the first time. Talk about that matchup and what your expectations are.
It's a league team, so they've always had a good quality team the last few years.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time. Good luck today. That's all we have for you for today's pregame Riptide Report. I'm Mollie Smith. Remember to tune back in at 4:30 for the first pitch as we'll be covering the game for all of you at home. See you in a bit. Good afternoon, Riptide fans. Long time no see, but we are so happy to be back at our home field after a long stretch of away games. I'm Mollie Smith. All right, Coach, so the bulk of our away games was spent in San Luis Obispo, taking on the Blues, a traditionally very solid team. Talk about that 4-game series and what the atmosphere was like over at Sunshine Field.
Obviously, we wanted to go in there and take the series from them, but they kind of caught fire against us and played well at home, and big crowds first couple nights, so they kind of rallied off that.
You guys did win every other game outside of the slow series for away games. What were the guys doing well for those games?
Just taking care of the baseball on the defensive side, being able to do some things offensively, move guys over. I'm not trying to do too much.
And fast forwarding to today's game, we are playing the now 26-3 Santa Barbara Foresters. And OC Riptide is actually responsible for one of those 3 losses, so that's a good start. But talk about your overall expectations for the game today.
It's going to be a playoff-style game. Hopefully it's a good preview for what we're going to get later in the month.
I know that they have 4 of the top 10 best pitchers in the league right now on their roster. So what does our offense have to do what do they have to keep in mind to kind of combat such a good pitching rotation? Well, thank you so much for your time. Remember to tune back in at 4:30 for the first pitch, as our very own Jonathan Ortiz will be broadcasting for all of you at home. See you. Good afternoon, Riptide fans. I'm Mollie Smith, and thanks for joining us for another pregame Riptide report. I'm here with head coach Jason Smith before our final non-league game against the OC Surf. All right, Coach, some very exciting things happened this week. We just received word yesterday that we have secured a spot in the 2018 CCL playoffs. How does it feel?
It's a great feeling. That's something that we've been working towards since the beginning of the summer.
And as for the guys, how do you think them having a successful summer ball season will help their overall game when they return to their respective schools come fall?
Well, I mean, we've played a lot of games, so it's a lot of game reps for the guys. It's just that experience they're getting out here.
Yeah, and Riptide won the whole thing last year, back in the playoffs again this year. What do you do to kind of keep the guys motivated, keep them playing hard, even though they have a secure spot? Does your approach change at all?
No, it doesn't change at all. I mean, motivation right now is to kind of finish out league. We're still fighting for a top seed.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much, and congratulations. That's a wrap for today's pregame Riptide report. Be sure to come right back here at 4:30 for the first pitch, and we'll have live game coverage available for all of you at home. Thank you guys. See you in a bit. Good afternoon, Riptide fans, and thanks for joining us for today's pregame Riptide report. I'm Mollie Smith. I'm here with OC Riptide pitching coach Willie Cool before today's game against the Ventura County Buccaneers. All right, Coach. The team's on a 3-game win streak. Can you kind of take us through the last couple of games and talk about what the guys have been doing well?
As far as the pitching stuff goes, we've just been commanding our off speed, getting ahead in counts, and not having quite as many walks as we did.
Also, you guys won against the Bucs on Saturday. You guys won 17-4. Can you talk about what the strategy will be tonight to hopefully come out on top with another big victory?
Strategy is going to be a lot of the same as we've been doing the last few games. Is just attack the zone early.
And can you kind of talk about what the importance is of summer ball to get the attention of scouts, to get to that next level?
Something that we do is the coaching staff doesn't call pitches for these guys. The catcher and pitcher work that out themselves. So what it allows big league scouts to see is guys be able to manage the game themselves.
And after today, you guys are going to be on the road. Next 5 games on the road, doubleheader on Friday. What do the guys need to do to prepare for the long road trip ahead? My name is Mollie Smith, and I'm here with Georgia Southern University second baseman Steve Curry. Steve, you went 3 for 5 today with a home run. What was working for you at the plate today?
I really just try to attack early fastballs, see pitches up, and attack early.
And you guys play the same team tomorrow at Academy Barons. How are you going to take that positive momentum from today and carry it into tomorrow's game?
It's really all on the pitchers, really. We just need them to keep throwing strikes, attacking hitters, and they set the momentum. So,
awesome. Congratulations on the win. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you guys next time. Hello, fans, and welcome to today's pregame Riptide report. I'm Mollie Smith, here chatting with head coach Jason Smith before today's matchup against the Arroyo Seco Saints. All right, Coach, hate to bring it up, but tough loss yesterday against the now 6-0 Santa Barbara Foresters. Can you kind of break that game down for us? Give us your insight on what transpired yesterday.
Well, I mean, first of all, the Foresters are a good team, quality club, and those are the teams we want to be playing. Yesterday was just, I think, one of those days.
Okay, and I noticed you guys did stick around for a little bit after the game talking. What was the coaching staff's message to the team during that post-game huddle?
We just wanted to make clear that, the way we came about yesterday with our approach and attitudes, not the expectation. Just try to remind the guys that, they want to be out here playing with a purpose.
And it's a brand new day today. You guys are taking on the Saints for the first time this summer. What do you want the guys to focus on as we go into this game today?
Same thing. Don't really care about the wins or losses right now. If we have the right approach and we're competitive, all that stuff will really kind of take care of themselves.
All right, well, thank you so much for chatting with me, and good luck. Thank you for joining us for today's pregame Riptide report. Remember to tune back in at 4:30 for the first pitch, as our very own Jonathan Ortiz will be covering the game for all of you at home. See you in a bit. Pregame Riptide report. I'm Mollie Smith, here with head coach Jason Smith before our final home game against the Academy Barons. All right, Coach, so first off, yesterday, great game against Healdsburg. We ended up walking off. Mason McWhorter was 0 for 4, steps up to the plate, bottom of the ninth, hits that walk-off homer. Talk about yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun game, good game. Healdsburg's a good team, and it was tight early, and then we got the lead, and then they ended up coming back late.
And you did talk about going back and forth, how those guys end up staying strong. So outside of Mason, talk about how all the guys have been able to fight for games all season long.
It gets to be a long summer. Guys are used to playing a couple games a week.
For the end of our 2018 summer ball season, talk about your overall impression of this team, of how the summer has gone so far.
We've done a good job. I think we've gotten guys in there that need to get the work done. That was the first thing. They're sent out here during the summer, trusting that guys are going to get enough innings and enough at-bats in.
With regards to that, what do you think it is about this team in particular that just sets them apart from all the others?
Again, it's the quality of guys that we have here. And again, I think they like each other, which goes a long way, that chemistry.
So what are your final parting words of wisdom for them? What do you want them to take away from this whole summer? Well, thank you very much. Congrats on a great season. All right, that's a wrap for our final pregame report. We would like to thank all of our fans for all their support and encouragement this season. And as always, be sure to come right back here at 4:30 for the first pitch. I'm Mollie Smith, and I'll catch you on the flip side.